Hey everybody, Extrasify here. Welcome back to another gold making video. And in today's video, I'm actually not going to be talking about how to farm for gold, but actually how you can invest your gold for the War Within expansion that is upcoming. Now we are obviously just a couple months away from the War Within as it drops on August 26th. So if you want to get some items to invest in now while they're cheap for the future in the War Within when maybe people aren't farming for those items, or just aren't prioritizing having those items but may need them in the future. So with that being said, here's my top 5 investments for the future of War Within. Let's get into number 5. So guys, first on this list is old world materials. Now the main ones I wanted to talk about here are all of the primals from Outland, as well as corium ore, and as well as titanium ore and titan steel bars. I believe those will go up in value quite a lot. As you can see, primals are very cheap right now. I mean, $250 for an air is quite low. $184 for a primal fire is also very cheap. So I think this is a very good time to pick these up for the future. Maybe sit on a few stacks or something like that in your guild bank. And when the War Within comes out, obviously people will need them still for their crafts. And they're not really going to want to farm it, as they'll already be, farming the War Within items. But they'll want these items for crafting wise, so it's always good to have those on the auction house. Now I've invested pretty heavily in primals in the past few expansions, and they've always done super well when the new expansion releases. But with the region-wide auction house implemented for material items with this upcoming expansion, I'm not sure how it will affect it. I don't think we'll see as big of a gold increase that we've seen in previous years with these items jumping in value, but I still do believe it will jump up quite a bit. I mean, look at this, like 400 gold for a Titan steel bar. These used to be over 1,000 gold. I genuinely think this is like the best time to buy a lot of these items. So number 5 is the old world materials, and there are a bunch more that I'm sure I missed or I'm not highlighting. But now let's go ahead and move on to number 4. Coming up next on the list at number 4, we have the Zereth Cavern transmog sets. Now the first one is the Moonless set. This is what this looks like. So the Moonless was the cloth set. This is the Sunless set, the leather set. I personally think this one looks super cool. It's very underrated. Then next up we have the male set, the Skyless set. This one also looking very cool and very unique. And then probably my personal least favorite, the Starless set for the plate set. Now these are all basically world drops from any of the mobs in Zereth Caverns. And you can also get them from World Quest, but I believe they are binds on pickup if you do it that way. Let me know in the comments if that is correct or not. But these are going to be such a good investment as they are really cool and unique looking transmogs. Now each of these sets just a couple months ago were about, 300 to 500 gold a piece. They are quickly skyrocketing. As you can see, they are thousands of gold each. But just keep an eye out on these sets and make sure to buy them if they are maybe just 1,000 or 2,000 gold each. I still think that's a good investment, as they're very cool appearances and people will not be in Zereth Caverns, obviously, when the War Within drops. So I think this is personally a very good investment for transmog sets. Now along with the Zereth Cavern transmog gear, I also wanted to mention all these Zereth Cavern transmog weapons, as these are all very cool looking and really expensive. So keep an eye out on these. You can just search Neltharic, as that is the name for basically all of the weapons here. I mean, just look at how cool some of these look, like the axe, and as well as this like great sword looks super cool, and people will obviously want to buy these down the road. Just some very cool, very awesome looking transmogs that people will definitely want to look out for in the future. A lot of people will be returning to the game in the War Within, and maybe they didn't play during the Zereth Caverns update and they don't know about these items beforehand, so they're going to go back and look on the auction house and they're going to buy these items. Coming in at number 3 on the list is the old world revealing, quote unquote, transmog sets. Now these always hold very high value, but again, with a lot of returning players to the game, and along with the fact that everybody is going to be getting new gear when first leveling in the War Within, they're going to want to look to get some cool looking transmogs. And on top of that, no one is going to be farming Zul'Farrak when the War Within drops. So a lot of these sets are already going up in value, but make sure to check the auction house for any lower deals that may be good on your realm to pick up and purchase. So the main sets to look out for is firstly the best set, in my opinion, the Glorious set. By the way, this looks very weird seeing on a Worgen, as nobody transmogs this on a Worgen, so I do apologize about this look. Then we also have the Vanguard set. As you can see, besides the shoulders and headpiece, it's basically a recolor of the Glorious sets. And we also have the Lofty set. Now this is another recolor of those aside from the helm and chest piece. Then up next we have the Jade set. These shoulders look super out of place, but I promise these are the Jade shoulders. It just does not go with the set at all. Now you can farm all of these 4 sets in Zul'Farrak if you don't feel like spending your hard-earned gold and investing for these items. You can always go ahead and farm Zul'Farrak for a chance at each of these sets. But I will lastly talk about one more set that is not farmable in Zul'Farrak, but rather in Razorfen Downs. That, of course, being the amazing Saltstone set. I mean, just look at those leg plates. They are worth over 100k with a 0.022 sale rate. That's an amazing sale rate for expensive transmog. So as you can see, all of these top 5 sets are quite revealing sets, and that is, unfortunately or fortunately, that is what sells for a lot of gold. And the demand for these sets is always high because people are always wanting to have a quote-unquote sexy character to look at. That's just the nature of the game. So these items will fetch a high price, and along with the fact that they are rare. Real quickly guys, if you enjoy my content and want to support the channel, as always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. Really does help grow the channel. I know it sounds very redundant, but it really does help the channel. I also have a membership page. It only is $4.99 a month. If you're able to afford it, please consider doing it if you enjoy the channel. Obviously, you do not have to, but I do this part-time and for fun, so any extra help monetarily always goes a long way, and I'm very, very appreciative of it. Now, let's get back into the video. Coming up next, we have the Korthia shoulder cosmetics. Now, if you don't know what these are, basically they're a bunch of cosmetic items that were added in Shadowlands in Korthia. This one here, for example, according to all the things add-on, drops from a rare called Kroke the Tormented, and it goes for 185,000 gold. With a 0.006, that is definitely not bad for this rare of an item. Now, a couple of these come from like another couple rares, like this one, Consumption in Korthia for 123,000 with an even better sale rate. This one here is a zone drop, along with this first one here, and then a couple from like some rare chests. This one, an absolutely insane price, but again, it does look super cool. Now, there are actually quite a few more that my realm actually doesn't have on the auction house, surprisingly. I'll leave a shopping list string in the comment section below, but basically that shopping list only works with Trade Skill Master, so you just basically have to go to the Browse tab, copy and paste the link, and it'll come up with all of the plate appearances that I have. Now, there are actually a lot of like, wow, million and millionaires that buy and sell all these shoulder pads and will like transfer realm with these, or they'll wait for the new expansion and they'll load a lot of these on because the sale rates go way higher for these items once a new expansion releases. Again, everyone's wanting new transmog, or maybe they're tired of their old set, and now that they have new gear, it's like an excuse to change their look. So again, with these rare transmogs, they will be flying off the auction house come the War Within. And coming up last but not least at number 1, this should be no surprise to you guys, but the BFA World Drop mounts are hands down my number 1 investment pick for going into the War Within. Now, there's an absolute lucrative potential with these mounts if you have a lot of gold to spend. They always shoot up after each of our latest expansions. Now, the ones in mind are obviously the Reigns of a Tame Blood Feaster, which looks like this scary looking spider guy. I don't personally like him. Then we have the Chewed On Reins of the Terrified Pack Mule. Now, on my realm, this is actually, there's one for like half the value. I'm very tempted to buy it, and I probably will buy it after recording this. So that one's a really nice purchase there. We also have the Great Sea Ray, which comes from BFA Fishing. I also thought I would mention that as, you know, it's another BFA mount. Just another one to look out for. But that goes for about 100k, and these are all really good times to buy these. You know, a lot of these mounts are well over 100k as of late, so I'm really tempted to be buying these items. Then we have the iconic Golden Mane's Reigns. Now this, everyone knows about this farm pretty much, but if you don't, it's in Stormsong Valley. Now I will be making videos on how to farm these items. Now these are all open world, so obviously if you have a group, it'll be even better, but you can still farm these solo and get some pretty good results. So guys, there we have it, my top 5 list for investments for the future of the War Within. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are investing in for the future, or if you think there are any better items that I missed out on. Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. I don't really do too much investing, so this is pretty new to me, and I spent about a couple weeks trying to brainstorm my top 5 picks, so hopefully you guys enjoy these picks. With that being said, thank you very much for watching another video. Good luck with your auction house sales, and I'll see you in the next gold making video.